everybody.
Thank you for being here today, and I want to thank you to the Women's March of San Francisco, to Gilda Gonzalez, Planned Parenthood. I stand with Planned Parenthood as the co-chair of the pro-choice caucus in the House of Representatives. Also to the Global Fund for Women, I want to thank all of you for bringing together this beautiful and powerful gathering. Now, I'm honored to be with you today to share the stage with these phenomenal and powerful women. First, let me just say to Mayor Breed, San Francisco's first African-American mayor to hold that position. Isn't she a phenomenal woman? Isn't she? And I tell you one thing, Mayor Breed is setting a new standard for mayors across the country. Yes, your mayor. Your mayor. And of course, I must acknowledge your representative, my friend, the greatest speaker ever, Nancy Pelosi, for knowing her power, but also for empowering women to lead. As we remember our warrior for justice and peace, Dr. Martin Luther King this weekend, I am reminded of our beloved Coretta Scott King, who said, she said, the woman power of this nation can be the power which makes us whole and heals the rotten community, now so shattered by war, poverty, and racism. She went on to say, I have great faith in the power of women who will dedicate themselves wholeheartedly to the task of remaking society. And that is what you are doing, remaking this society. And let me tell you, I certainly see that woman power here today. Do you feel the power we have? Are we speaking truth to power? Now, I wish I could say that we are living in unprecedented times, but as people of color and as women around this country know, we have faced and continue to face many, many challenges. But we have overcome before, and we will again. And how are we going to do that? By not backing down, by standing up, by fighting back, and yes, by leading. 2 years ago, when one of the largest protests in our nation's history, women from coast to coast turned out to speak that truth to power. And the result? In 2018, we saw a women's wave sweep through Congress. We marched in 2017 because we knew that Donald Trump was trying to turn the clock back. We knew that. In 2018, we marched because we were determined to spark true change in leadership. And today, we mark once again to celebrate the women's wave and to make good on our promise to speak truth to power. Let us tell Donald Trump, first of all, to end the shutdown today. End it today. It's wreaking havoc on the lives of so many people. So many people. Now let me tell you, like you, I remember the days when being a woman was a pre-existing condition. Do you? I remember the days when women of color and poor women didn't have access to quality health care. Do you remember those days? Those days are over. Those days are over. Let me tell you, we saw this wave in Congress like you would not believe because of you. We've elected more women of color, more Latinas, more African American women, more single mothers, We elected Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's on the Financial Services Committee now. Women lead. We elected Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib. We elected Ayanna Pressley. I speak their names: Johanna Hayes, Lauren Underwood, Veronica Escobar, and Sylvia Garcia, and many more women of color. And yes, finally, since 1789, we elected our 2 Native American women to Congress, Deb Haaland and Sharice Davids. What a wave. So look out, Donald Trump, the squad has arrived. Our Asia Pacific American Caucus is chaired by a brilliant woman, Judy Chu, who is leading the country on so many important issues. Women across the country, we know what is at stake all too well. If we don't show up, it's our reproductive rights on the chopping block, right? If we don't show up, our kids go to underfunded schools taught by overworked teachers, right? If we don't show up, we will never see equal pay for equal work, right? But you're showing up, right? And we're not gonna back down. Frederick Douglass, who supported the women's suffrage movement, he said, and he marched side by side with Susan B. Anthony, he reminded us that power concedes nothing without demand. Are we demanding our seat at the table and the power that we deserve? Finally, let me just say, my mentor, the first African-American woman elected to Congress 50 years ago, she was the first African-American and the first woman to run for president, the late, great, honorable Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm. She was unbought and unbossed. She was fond of saying, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. Because when we fight, we win. Well, the women's wave, all of you, we brought our folding chairs, but you know what? We are here to stay. We are here to stay. So we cannot and we will not back down. Thank you for leading, and let me just say to you, as we say in my district, stay